Welcome back, Wildcat fans, for our second episode of the school year with Cat Chat. How are you? My name is Chris Wallace.
I'm Jenna Linusars. And Chris, we have a new host today.
Yay! I'm Isabel Vanderpool. I'm a sophomore at Springfield High School, and I'm so excited to be a part of Cat Chat now.
We're so happy to have you, Izzy.
Yes.
That sounds like a anchor on the news. Vanderpool.
Oh my gosh, I get that so much that my last name sounds famous.
Hey, you're on your way.
You're on your track.
You are on your way.
Well, we told you we had a surprise for you. We are going to have a new host this year. Izzy is so excited to step into this role. We are excited to have her. It's going to be a great year with all three of us. I already know it.
Yes, so excited for you, Izzy. Izzy Vanderpool.
Yes.
Remember that name.
Remember it.
I'm going to remember it. You remember it
Yes.
too.
Izzy, tell us a little about yourself before we get started.
So a little bit about myself is I'm a very outgoing person. I love to talk. I'm a social butterfly, and I play softball. I have curly hair. It's one of my favorite features about myself. I do not play about my hair. I love my hair. I have the longest hair routine. I can literally talk about my hair for hours.
So we'll have to do an episode of just Izzy's hair
Just
routine.
one episode.
I
Izzy Vanderpool's curly hair.
curly hair.
Next on Cat Chat.
I am all about my hair and my lashes. Talk about my lashes
The
too.
full look.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
Izzy.
yeah, it's a little bit about me. Love my lashes, love my curly hair, and I'm outgoing.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yep.
The perfect person to be here.
Yes.
That's right.
All right. Well, she's already been briefed on how we do things here on Cat Chat. So I think it's time to get into the high five, guys.
That's right. It's
Okay.
time for the high five. What do you got?
Well, first I have to shout out our winner from last month, Miss Stathopoulous over at Snowhill. She was quick on the keys and sent in the high five. And so she got her cat swag pack last
The
month.
Cat Swag Pack.
Yep.
All right.
So if you want to be like Miss Stathopoulous and have your own assortment of prizes and goods and all the things, then you know what you got to do, right? What do they need to do, Chris? Tell them.
You have to jot down
Jot it down.
you have to write, you have to email us.
I mean, you could jot it down too, I guess.
Jot it down.
It might not get here that soon.
Email us.
Yeah, absolutely. Podcast at scsdoh.org.
Yes.
Quick.
The top 5, which we are about to do. So if you're like me, jot it down and then put it in an email, send it to us, and get some nice Springfield High School cat swag.
Yes.
All right. Who are we high-fiving this month?
Well,
I got my hands ready. Who we high-fiving?
you got that? You ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna see if she's going. We're gonna see if she's going.
If we're all in sync.
Well, first of all, we gotta give a high five to Woods Elementary.
Absolutely.
They collected over 800 pounds of peanut butter.
Wow.
Okay, that's actually crazy though. Like I need you to think about a jar of peanut butter. It's like what, 12 ounces, 16 ounces? I don't know. So 800 pounds.
What could you possibly do with 800 pounds of peanut butter?
So, the kids identified food insecurity, right, as a problem in our community. And what could they do to address food insecurity? So they thought one of the easiest things to collect was jars of peanut butter.
And
So-
it's a good filler.
Yeah.
Make you feel like you ate some food, and it's,
Yeah. So 800 pounds later, here we are.
800 pounds peanut butter collected by Woods Elementary. High five to Woods.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I like it.
Okay, well, I'm going to shout out our technology department because we are in the middle of Cybersecurity Month, and every year they come out with this awesome poster contest for the kids, design a poster around cybersecurity awareness, and they are giving out some fantastic prizes, like high-end electronics, a lot of cool stuff. So shout out technology. I think that's a fantastic way to get the kids involved.
High five to tech.
Hey.
We are 2 for 2.
Yes.
All right, what you got for number 3?
I have the teachers and counselors visit Metropolis, Dole, and Wober as part of the Business Advisory Council and collaboration. And I think that's a great job to get out there, actually putting boots on the ground,
Right.
going to see these places and being able to see what's a good fit for students and try to get them involved in employment while in high school and maybe even after high school.
Right. Hard to motivate if you haven't seen it yourself, right?
That's right. So they got out there, they saw it, did the groundwork, and are trying to refer some worthy students of employment. So high five to back.
Hey.
Yes.
3 for 3.
I would like to shout out schools using scooters as incentives at the elementary school.
Scooters?
Yes, they are using scooters. I think that is so cool. Like,
Fulton and Snyder Park?
yeah, like they're rolling around the hallways with scooters.
goodness.
That is so encouraging, though. Like, if I knew that I could ride a scooter around the hallways, I don't know, that would encourage me.
You'd act right, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would act so
You'd act
Like,
right.
could you imagine just scooting by like you should have been here? Ride right by them. And they do it in the hallways.
Well, and Mr. Sledge said that the other kids will look out their little classroom windows and be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, this could be you.
Right. Beep, beep.
And you could be riding by doing your curly hair. I don't have curly hair. And your eyelashes on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Scooting right by.
I wish I would have had scooters in elementary school. That would have been so much
That's
fun.
awesome.
I wish I had scooters right now.
Yes.
Come
Shout
to work,
out.
Chris. You can ride on the
I know. I've been here every day. Where's my scooter? Let's get some scooters here.
No, they got the helmet and everything.
Yeah.
It's like a full.
The horn.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping they have a horn,
We
right?
need all of that.
You whip around those corners fast enough, you need a horn.
We're going to have to get a scooter here, y'all. Let's see. We got to check these scooters out. We might have to do some boots on the ground. and
Investigative
actually go-
research.
Yes, and actually go ride a scooter. So shout out to Fulton, Snyder Park, and probably some other schools in the district that's going to start throwing that incentive out.
Absolutely.
But I know Fulton and Snyder Park actually did it.
Yep.
Shout out to Fulton and Snyder Park for the scooter incentive. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Wrapping it up, we have Springfield High senior Sophia Meadows. She's part of the International Baccalaureate program, and she went over to Lincoln to present her project and her research to the kids over there. And I think that they really just enjoyed being with each other, right? Like, it's not like they get to see the high school students a lot and vice versa. And so showing the younger kids, like, hey, here's what I was able to do. I think that was a great connection. So shout out to both of them, Sophia and the students at Lincoln who got to learn from her that day.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sophia.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
that might be one of the better high five claps all together with the same clap at the same time. That might be the best one in a couple years.
It takes coordination, okay?
But we
Unison.
got a rookie here and she jumped right in.
I know.
That was pretty awesome.
Yes.
Pretty awesome.
All right. Well, that wraps it up on the high five. So send those items quick as you can. Beat Miss Stathopoulous if you want the cat swag pack.
Yes.
And the email?
Please.
What
Carrier pigeons not accepted.
What's the email?
Podcast.
Podcast?
scsdoh.org.
Podcast at schdoh.org.
We kept it simple for them, you know?
Right.
All right. Who's on the show today, guys?
Well, I'm speaking of attendance incentives.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the Cat Den's Happening segment, we have Snyder Park with
Mr.
Mr.
Sledge.
Walter Sledge and Miss Lemen, the
Awesome.
new principal at Roosevelt. We're going to be talking about our new attendance incentive and hoping that we can get some insight in what their passion is about attendance and why it's important. So stay tuned to that.
All right. Okay. Can't do it if you're not here, right?
That's right.
Got to show up.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. Izzy, who do you have?
Today I have an alumni, Robbie Jordan, and I will be interviewing him today about his past in high school and what he's been doing in his life. So,
Awesome. We're real familiar with Robbie, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. He was one of my faves. Coached him in freshman basketball. He was a very hard worker. And then he was like, you know, I think I'm really good in bowling. So he started to bowl. And when it was time for him to be in an employment area, and I was like, we need student workers.
Jumped right in.
He was my first bite. I went and got after him, and he's taken off from there, man. Real classy kid.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have Anna Jean Sauter from the health district, and she is coming with like all of the information and all the knowledge and all the things about what's going on health-wise in our community. And I'm really excited for that segment because it ties into our kids a lot. All of the sectors of health that they've identified have some tie-in with kids and how they're being affected by it. So she's got some important information to share today.
So cats, young cats, student cats, stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, time to kick off the show, guys. Let's do
get
it.
to it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Cat Chat. We have an alumni from Springfield High School, Robbie Jordan.
Hello.
So, you just want to start by telling them a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Robbie Jordan. I graduated from Springfield High School in 2024, and I did a year at the University of Kentucky, and then I transferred to where I'm going right now. I go to Wright State.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about your year at Kentucky? Was it Kentucky University?
Yes, ma'am. So my year at University of Kentucky was pretty cool. I really did enjoy it. Met some cool people there. And yeah, I really just wanted to be closer to home. And it was honestly a lot cheaper if I'm being completely transparent with with everybody.
Honest.
But I really did enjoy it. Kentucky has a lot of cool things to offer. The campus was beautiful. The people I met were awesome. And it was just, I feel like it was a really cool experience being away, like being out of state and being away from everybody for a year.
Yeah, that's so much fun. So when did you decide to make the switch from Kentucky to going to state?
I would say, I think I decided to make the switch, I want to say in about February or March of this year. So it was like kind of near the end of my freshman year. I had some talks with my family over Christmas break, over spring break, and I was just, I kind of just came to terms with it, realized what I wanted to do, and simple as that, honestly, for me.
Okay. So with your year at Kentucky, what was your most favorite thing at college? Just
I would say, I don't know, going to an SEC school was really cool. Like, I always loved the basketball games. Kentucky having, like, such a good basketball team. We went, me and some of my buddies went to a lot of games down there. It was real fun. And I would just say overall, probably the basketball games and just the environment of, like, going to, like, an SEC school.
Yes.
I thought it was real cool.
Yeah, so I heard that you played basketball in high school.
Yeah.
So is it, like, super different, like, with college and basketball, or is it, like, kind of...
I'm not too sure. I only did a year of basketball in high school, so it wasn't like I don't know how like really to compare it to college, but I would say like I don't know, the skill gap is crazy. Like you can just tell looking at the game, like watching a high school game and watching a college game, like the skill gap between the players is a lot more drastic.
Right. So what was your plan in high school to play in college for basketball, or was that like never a plan?
No, that was never a thought.
Okay.
I was never that good at basketball, honestly. But yeah, that was never a thought for me. I was always just playing it as like just to keep myself active, stay around friends. I kind of just grew up playing basketball.
Right, and that's so much fun, like when you have a sport or something just to keep your mind off everything, That's a really good thing to have, especially sports, like, because I can relate. Softball is, like, the way that I keep my mind off everything, right. And, like, I really love it, and I don't know what I would do without it. So what are you majoring in?
So I'm majoring in communications at Wright State.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I don't know nothing about
So it's cool. It's more of like I kind of want to go into reporting after high school. So I'd like to be some type of like sports reporter or like the post-game interviews, that type of thing. So I would really like to go down that path after high school. That's what really got me going into the communications role. But it's centered more around the media aspect of it all. So like writing, learning how to write professionally, that type of stuff. That's more of like what I'm doing right now.
So like when it comes to like writing out like reports for the news and stuff like that, is it kind of like that?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. More or less. It's less writing like actual like academic papers and more writing like news stories or like news articles where you want to like, as opposed to like an academic essay where it has like an introduction, body paragraph, conclusion, that type of thing. Whenever you're writing like a report or some type of, like a report, then you want to put the most important information first and then kind of weed down into like the less important information after that.
Because like when I think of communication, I think of like my brain straight takes me to like, I'm in front of a camera, I'm talking, kind of like more like meteorologist
Right,
type
like a
thing.
news type of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that's what I think about. Like, so I was thinking when you said that you were more focused on like the camera instead of just writing. So
Yeah, that also could be a part of it. I feel like a lot of what we're learning right now is how to like hone in on those skills, like the communication skills, whether that be verbal, nonverbal, or in writing as a whole. So I feel like that's kind of what I'm trying to get better at right now.
Okay.
So that whenever I do like graduate and I go into my career field, I'm a lot better than I feel like what I am now at communicating.
So when you graduated, did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
No, actually, I did just I just changed my major. I want to say this year going into Wright State. I originally majored in kinesiology at the University of Kentucky. I wanted to go and be an athletic trainer, something along that lines. But after like going into it and realizing just how like much time and effort and like how much just the workload is with a kinesiology major, it kind of just made me take a step back and really think about everything.
Okay. So it's like a lot of work.
Yes, ma'am. It's like hours upon hours upon hours.
So you would not recommend that to somebody that likes to procrastinate, somebody that doesn't like, that's like not their path?
If you're a big procrastinator like me, I probably would not recommend that major. But if you are a hard worker and you know that's what you want to do, I'm definitely not telling anybody to not pick that major. It's a great major. I enjoyed all my classes. At the end of the day, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I feel like me personally, I am such a procrastinator. Like, I'll sit there and be like, I'm going to go do my laundry, and then the laundry doesn't get done until like 2 weeks later. So
Yeah, I feel you.
There's no way. I feel like after hearing you say that it's a big, giant workload, I could not do it at all.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yes. So would you recommend the major that you're going into right now, personality type? What personality type would be able to take communications?
So if you're very I would say if you're very outgoing, if you like meeting a lot of people, talking to new people, I would say communications is very much for you. But it's not like exclusively for that type of person. Okay. I would say it's more tailored towards that type of person, but it's not exclusively for them. Like myself, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like an introvert, but I'm not necessarily like super extroverted.
Right.
So I feel like it's kind of like a good mixture of both. You get, at least in my case, and a lot of the classes I'm in, you get some of like the more chatty Cathy types who like want to talk all day. You want to make friends with those type of people. And then you also get like the more introverted types who are just there to like, get their schoolwork done. Okay. So I feel like it's kind of a best of both worlds. But definitely like if you are more extroverted and outgoing, then it would probably be the major for you.
Right. So if you're like a social butterfly and you want to talk that is that's for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is definitely going to be for me. I got a suggestion because I am very social. I love to talk. So I'm definitely going to have to look into that. So that should be a lot of fun. So would you say, this is for the high schoolers, more a question for you. How is the workload way more than you'll expect going into college coming from high school?
I wouldn't say so. Even when I was doing like a kinesiology major, the workload, you're getting a couple assignments due per day, but it's not necessarily as much as like going to school for 7 hours. I feel like that took a lot more out of me than going to school for maybe 2-3 hours, going home and then doing your schoolwork. I like that a lot better as opposed to just going and sitting in class for 7 hours.
Right. So it's more laid back.
I would say so, yeah. But it also, you get like it's extremely easy to get caught up in like the skipping classes because you have so much more like freedom, I would say.
Yeah.
So if you have like just doing all that, I feel like that's like the biggest change from high school to college is freedom.
Is there anything that you miss from high school that you wish kind of was a part of college?
Not really. I wouldn't say so. No. Okay, I enjoy college. I wouldn't say so, honestly. I really do enjoy college. I think it's fun. I think it's real fun. I do enjoy it.
I feel like I'm very excited, for that next chapter because I'm a sophomore in high school. Mm-hmm. So, I have 2 more years and I'm in college and my plan is to go to college.
Right.
But I'm not like sure what career path to take. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself so you can maybe give me a suggestion. I'm very social. I love to talk. and I wanted to do something that kind of is included in everybody. Everybody's a part of it. You know? So what would you suggest to me on what to do?
I'm not even 100% sure, honestly. maybe a communications major, just because you're outgoing, like including everybody. I would also say like, I don't know, a teacher maybe. Okay. Because like I feel like teachers literally like they like everybody. They want to get to know everybody. They're very outgoing. Yes. You know. I don't know. That's just what I would say. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do until like my junior year. Right. It took me a long time. I feel like still I don't even really know like 100% what I want to do in life. Right. So I don't know. It's kind of a difficult like question, I guess.
That was a very difficult question. I'm just like, I'm very caught up on what I want to do. I feel like I have time, but it goes so fast.
Right. I feel you. Yes, ma'am.
So did you feel like high school went really fast? Because I feel like everybody tells you it does.
I feel like I didn't think it went fast until I was in like my senior year. Because then you like really start thinking about everything. It's like, wow, those 4 years really did go by pretty fast. Right. Because I mean, when you're in the moment, you just think of like, oh, I'm going to the next school year. I'm going to the next school year. I'm going to the next school year. And then finally, it's like my next school year is college. Like it's kind of just a crazy thought. And it does really approach you pretty fast.
Yeah. So this is kind of jumping back to the communications topic. When you major in communications, what kind of jobs can you do that are just like...
There's actually a whole lot of jobs you can do. You can go into writing, newspaper, radio is a big part of it. Any sort of like media communication. So like doing stuff like this, talking on a podcast, that's another thing you can go into. Okay. You can go into writing stories for different media outlets, different newspaper organizations, that type of stuff. There's a whole lot of jobs. There's a very broad spectrum of jobs that communications majors can go into, honestly. Okay, well, that is a lot of good information for me because I love to talk, and I think communications it sounds fun, and it definitely sounds like something
I can get into. So I also know that you have PawPrints and all of the stuff going on at STEM. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this goes back to when I was in high school. I've been working in PawPrints, so I want to say about 3 to 4 years now. I want to say I started when I was a sophomore. Mm-hmm. And so we're just a student-run print shop. We're downstairs at the Dome. And I'm kind of like, I want to say the manager of the space. Kind of just go around, make sure everything's running smoothly. And yeah, so we have a bunch of great student workers that work in our print shop. We take orders online. And we take orders through different companies, like bulk orders. So if any sort of company wants T-shirts done and they call us, then we get those done for you guys. It's pretty simple. We just did our first football game. I want to say last Friday we did our first football game. It went pretty well. Mm-hmm. And we should be at the football games, the home football games coming up.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can start that. You can like get into that your freshman year, or can
yes,
you get
ma'am.
Okay.
So if you come to STEM, if you come to like the Dome, the after school program, talk to Miss Renee, talk to John about the print shop. They get you all the information and get you settled in. And then you come downstairs, meet me, and we can go through it, talk about it, and get you situated if you like it.
Yes, so students, now that you know that you can be a part of that, it's definitely something to look into. So that can be really fun. Thank you so much for telling me about your past high school experiences, what you're doing right now, and I really appreciate it. We'll see you in a minute on Cat Chat.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Cat Chat. I'm your host, Chris Wallace, and in this Cat Den segment, we have Ashley Lemen, which is the principal at Roosevelt, and Mr. Walter Sledge, principal at Snyder Park. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
How's school going today?
So far, so good.
School going good.
Good
Got a
day
good
so
start
far.
off.
Sir.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are here, and we're talking about attendance. And I know a district-wide goal for all of our buildings who are having students involved in their buildings on a day-to-day basis, such as yours. We are looking for a 93% attendance rate. Mm-hmm. Ms. Lemen, what kind of interesting things are you doing to guide that?
Well, at our building, we are doing a raffle every month. Students that have perfect attendance for the month get their name put into a raffle, and it's going to be a bucket comprised of different prizes, being a Wildcat wear T-shirt that's going to be donated by our secretary, and there'll be some other prizes and gift cards and things like that, as well as celebrating the kids on the announcements, putting their names out on our scoreboard in the main hallway for students and staff and parents to see as they come in the building of who is having attendance, as well as posting outside of homerooms. There's going to be a percentage of homerooms, so a little competition between the homerooms of who can have the best attendance, and it's going to be posted along or out in the different areas of each classroom.
Okay. That sounds very good. And I know the kids are excited about the Wildcat gear and
Yes.
T-shirts. Mr. Sledge, what are we doing over at Snyder Park? I hear you doing some interesting things over there.
Well, first and foremost, we're trying to reach out to our parents, with those all calls and emails and weekly reminders, making sure your kids are at school every day on time, because we know that if your kids at school, the chances for their academic progress will definitely increase. So, but we're doing some fun things at Snyder Park. We have bi-weekly or monthly scooter rides.
Oh.
So students that have perfect attendance, all grade levels, we pull them onto the hallway. We have some nice scooters that were donated by our federal grant program, and they ride scooters in the hallways. We video, sometimes we take pictures, and they just love it. It's a huge thing at Snyder Park for those scooter rides. So,
what's the mark for the scooter ride?
You have to have perfect attendance that week.
Okay. And they go Friday. They get to do the scooter ride?
Fridays. And it's tiring for us as well, because some of them we have the helmets. We still have to, for the little ones, we got to kind of guide them and everything. But it's definitely fun. We enjoy doing that. So that's a highlight. But we also have that little weekly attendance trophy. That's a whole school wide thing. Everyone's trying to get that trophy.
Classroom
trophy.
Okay.
Actually, the best grade level. So right now, I want to say one of our units has had the trophy for this week, but it's been going pretty good. September, we started off kind of slow. I think we had like 90. We started about 91%, but now we bumped up to 91.7%. So we're trying to get that goal. We're reaching that goal.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. And speaking, like, we're trying to get to the goal.
Yes.
Miss Lemen, what are some of the bumps in the road or the barriers to start off? You're brand new principal at Roosevelt.
Correct.
So congratulations on being that.
Thank you very much.
What were some of the trials or tribulations trying to work towards this 93% starting off?
Just making sure that staff were in the right place, helping us with those withdrawals and transfers that were taking place, making sure that was all taken care of. We're setting up weekly meetings with our attendance secretary, our regular building secretary, and myself are also meeting weekly. So we just got that started, and we had our first meeting this past week to try and keep track of where are we at with the kids and making sure we know if there's any kid that's been withdrawn or things like that, that we know how to track them. And then also planning that incentive and getting that ready for the students and getting that raffle and how we're going to roll that out and everything to this. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Mr. Sledge, you said you're at 91.
91.7.
91.7.
For this month.
Excuse me.
For this month.
Excuse me for leaving out that 0.7. That 91.7. You seem very passionate about reaching that goal. What were what do you think are some of the barriers right there holding you at 91.7 and not getting you to 93?
I think right now, when you start school year, that first couple of weeks, it seems like everyone gets sick.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I think that played a. I
was one.
Yeah, myself included. So I think that kind of played a role in that. So I want to kind of see where we are after the end of this month. But I think we're on the right track. We do have emphasis on classroom attendance wigs. So all teachers have their wigs posted. The attendance charts that the district provided us are outside each classroom, and the kids track their attendance daily in their leadership binders. So those are the things we're trying to make sure that kids are taking that ownership of their attendance. We understand that it's the parents that have to get the kids to school, but if the kids can push the parents a little bit more, I think we have greater chances to reach that goal and succeed.
Awesome. If you have a moment here, is there anything that you would like to let your parents know the importance of showing up to school and how attendance matters?
Well, parents, attendance does matters. Snyder Park, we're trying to be number one. So we need your kids in school every day on time. We want to have the highest percentage rate in the district, but we need you there. We want to make sure we have that family engagement involvement, open our school up to our parents a little bit more, let them know that we are passionate about attendance and academics, but we know when the kids are there, our academics are going to increase. Yep. Principal
Lemen.
Yes.
What would you like to tell your parents here at Roosevelt and some of the students that are watching why attendance matters to you?
Attendance matters to me because when students are there, we can teach them. We can help them grow. If they're not there, they get behind in schoolwork, and it's harder for us to teach them and help them grow and become better with their academics. So it's very important to have students there so that we can give them the knowledge that they need to be successful, as well as kind of want to challenge kids and parents to have better attendance than staff, kind of putting that out there, because we also are tracking staff attendance as well. So try and make that little competition between staff and students.
Awesome. Well, I will tell you, all the Wildcat fans out here watching Cat Chat, I know both of these principals personally, and if you are living in the Roosevelt district or the Snyder Park district and you're not attending these schools, you're missing out, and you need to make that change. Get your kids the registration, get them to Snyder Park, get them to Roosevelt, because these are two stand-up people, and I vouch for them, and you should definitely have your kids with them. I want to thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Joining the Cat Den and talking about the importance of attendance, and we'll be right back on Cat Chat.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cat Chat. I am really excited to be here today with Jean Sauter from the Clark County Combined Health District. And she is here today to really dive in deep about the community health assessment and what that means for our community. So welcome, Jean.
Well, thanks, Jenna. Thanks for having me. And I'm excited to tell you guys about what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we do the community health assessment every 3 years.
Okay.
And we just finally finished this 3-year cycle. And what a community health assessment is it basically just paints a picture of health in the community using data. So we collect all kinds of data throughout the community. We work really, really closely with our partners. It's not just a health department thing, which I think is really important to mention, that it's we do have a steering committee for people all over the community giving us input on what data to gather and what does the data say, and like what kind of themes rise to the top of the data, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what it is. It just paints a picture of health in the community every 3 years.
So with this latest assessment, what have you guys found are some common themes throughout our community?
So we have 4 health priorities, which always end up kind of rising to the top every 3 years anyway. So it's not really a surprise. The 4 priorities are chronic disease, maternal and infant health, mental health, and community stability.
Okay. And within those, obviously, there are, a lot of smaller themes, right, that, you guys are looking at. But before we got started, one thing that you mentioned is something that's common throughout all of them is the connection to kids.
Yeah. There was like a common thread through all 4 of the health priorities, and it was youth well-being. And that's kind of why I'm here, because I felt like I needed to talk to the youth and the parents.
Yeah.
So I'll start at kind of the beginning, I guess, which is a good place to start. And that 23% of mothers in Clark County don't get adequate prenatal care. So our kids in Clark County start off disadvantaged.
Yeah.
And that inadequate prenatal care has nothing to do with the doctor. Like that's not a measurement of how good your doctor is at giving you the care you need, but it's more of like at what point in your pregnancy are you starting your prenatal care? And then how many doctor's visits do you make during your pregnancy compared to what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
And so that's where that inadequacy comes along. And that really leads into poor health outcomes for our babies, like infant mortality and preterm birth and low birth weight and that sort of thing, which we're lower than the state for all three of those things. And then further, like, which we, you know, that's a whole other discussion in itself, is there's a big racial disparity as well for all of those birth outcomes.
Yes, I
that our
noticed
black
that.
moms, black babies are having worse health outcomes than white moms and white babies.
So, you know, they move then from birth and, you know, the inadequacies that we're seeing at that age into preteens, young adults. And then what are you guys seeing at that age?
So it pops up again in our youth mental health space. There's a pretty big percentage of high schoolers in Clark County that report feeling sad or hopeless for 2 weeks or more in a row, which is pretty staggering to hear. I think it's like something around 40%, 42%. And then another big chunk, I think it's in the 36% area, feel like they don't have a trusting adult to go to talk to about their feelings. And before we started recording, you and I were talking about the BATS group here.
Absolutely.
At city schools. And one positive thing is that statistic, that 36% that feel like they don't have somebody to talk to. It's actually slightly down from the last time that we did the survey in 2021. So we're making really great progress because of the kids in our school district. Yeah.
Shout out to the kids.
But there's still a lot of improvement to be made. 36% is still pretty too high, you know?
Yeah,
too
absolutely.
High. Yeah.
So, you know, as they're moving through there and grow into adulthood, I mean, how does that trend kind of continue from there?
Well, it's not just like the health outcomes like we've been talking about, but it's also like factors such as homelessness. We have a pretty high rate of youth homelessness in the city of Springfield. It's 6.1% compared to 1% at the state.
Yeah.
So that's, very big difference. And then another sort of health factor, if you will, is food insecurity. So
huge problem.
Big problem. Our children in Clark County are more food insecure than the children in the state of Ohio. So those are both like other factors that cut across all of the health priorities that I mentioned earlier. That in conjunction with all of those other health outcomes that happen in the younger years can lead to the top causes of death, which mostly in Clark County are chronic diseases.
And how do you guys then go about like dissecting that information to create some sort of action, right?
Yeah.
There's so many different pockets there listed. Where do you start? What do you do?
We can't do it by ourselves. And we don't. It's not like I mentioned earlier, it's not a health department thing. So we work really closely with our community partners and we take all of this data, all these health priorities, and we make a community health improvement plan.
Okay.
And so that plan will include goals and strategies and like things to do to move the needle to make improvements on the health priorities that we talked about.
Are there things as individuals that we can do to help move that needle as well?
It's taking control of your own health, I suppose. Healthy habits, healthy behaviors, improving your risky behaviors, getting involved in the community, like we already mentioned, our BATS students, getting involved in programming to help make improvements.
And what do you feel like, this says about the overall health of our community? We mentioned the trends as it relates to some of them to Ohio. But, what does the picture say at this point?
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about bad things, not so great things, areas where Clark County is worse off than Ohio, but there are also some positive things. Like, for example, our teen birth rate has been decreasing over the last 10 years, which is a very positive thing.
That is positive.
It's still a little higher than the state, but all, it's going down,
the right
which
direction,
is a
yeah.
huge win. Same for our overdose fatalities. Recently, we've been seeing a big decrease in those as well, probably in huge part to the great work that our community has been doing to try and reduce those deaths. So it's easy to get stuck in all of the areas where we need to improve, but it's also still important to celebrate the wins.
Well, and it's so eye-opening to hear you say, like, some of these other issues, right, start way before people realize. And I think that really sets a tone, right?
Yeah.
Like, if this is not clicking as it should early on, it's not going to click further down the future. So I think that was really enlightening for me to hear.
Yeah. And it's also important to mention that your health isn't all about going to the doctor, right? There are parts of your health that are determined by your zip code, truthfully. It's how close do you live to a grocery store that sells healthy, fresh food? What is your socioeconomic status? You're born into that. You can't control that. What's your housing like? What kind of education are you being given based on where you're born?
Yep.
There's all sorts of things that are connected to our zip code that have nothing to do with how, quote unquote, healthy you are. But they do end up affecting your health. We call those social determinants of health. So it's really important to work on those social determinants of health at the base level while you're also trying to improve chronic disease and, make a difference in mental health and that sort of thing. But you still have to focus on socioeconomic instability and food security and access to health care and those sorts of things if you're going to bring health to all.
So this assessment is for 2026 through 2029? Or 2028? Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. So really the work starts now for you guys connecting with all of those agencies. Would you mind just naming a few of the ones that you guys connect with?
Yeah, sure. Well, Springfield City Schools sits around the table.
Yep.
We also work really closely with our hospital systems, so both Mercy Health and Kettering Health Network, as well as mental health services. And who else is around the table? The Educational Service Center is a big help. Family Children First Council, Family Youth Initiatives. Who else is there? A Nehemiah Foundation. We have a big group of people.
Yeah, already a big table.
Yeah, it's a really big table. And really, we're so lucky that we have so much interest in the community, that people show up and participate and really, give valuable input in our meetings. We're getting together in October, November to really start hitting the ground on that community health improvement plan so that we can have that ready to go, published on our website in January. Awesome. So that we have kind of our roadmap for the next 3 years.
Well, it's very obvious that, a lot of hard work went into this. Is there anything else that you think that, students or parents or whoever, should know about this as it kind of comes in fruition?
I think the biggest thing is that we try really hard to make this a community-led experience, a community-led report. And that's not easy to do. So part of the reason why I'm here is to ask for input from the community members. If you go to our website, if you're interested, go to our website, www.ccchd.com, and there is a survey on there, a feedback survey. You can tell us what you think about these health priorities. You can see them, for yourself in person. Give us your input, and we will take that back when we're building that community health improvement plan, because voice of the community is really important. You can't help the community without hearing from the community first.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing all of that important information. Like Anna Jean said, you can always check it out more on the Health District's website. But thank you again so much for your time today. And we'll be right back on Cat Chat. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Awesome segment. Awesome first show with Izzy. Yes, Izzy.
Yay!
Round of applause.
Absolutely. Isn't this little clap?
Is that the little clap?
No, she clocked it.
Clocked it.
Oh,
Yes.
I missed that one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What happens when you're 49? You missed to clock that.
You'll catch up.
Yep, I'm clocking it right now. I'm clocking it.
Yes.
Well, we're so glad that you joined us for this first show. What did you think?
It was so much fun. I love having conversations and talking and getting to know somebody, especially when it's in front of the camera. Like, I love it so much. So I love to get to know him, talk about his past in high school, get to know a little bit about what he does in real time day. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So
It'll
I'm
be
excited to...
you someday, Izzy, an alumni. I know it's hard to think about, but
Yes.
it comes up
Employee
quick.
right now.
Yes.
Like, she might need some employment.
Yes. I feel like nobody talks about how quick high school goes, and I feel like I was just like, I remember the first day of freshman year like it was yesterday, and like it's already sophomore year.
And
I'm
it's
like,
gone.
this is crazy. It's going so fast already. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, Chris, you had
That was
the
an
pair
awesome-
of principals there.
Yeah. I was making sure, back in my day, I'm seeing principals. I was in trouble. So I was a little nervous sitting in between two principals. But
You had two good ones there.
yeah, two good ones. Know them personally. And like I said in the segment, if you got kids in those districts, in those two different districts, and you're not attending those schools, you need to seriously consider putting your kids into those buildings. Those are good people. You could tell their passion for their job, which is a breath of fresh air. Because, you got a lot of people, let's be honest, that's in their job, in education. There's some, not all, but there's some just there.
Right.
And it's not those two. They are passionate. They figure out creative ways, some of their creative ways of trying to get the kids to come to school. You'll hear about that. You heard it, that it's an awesome deal what they're doing. So I'm real proud to know them and glad that they're where they are with us in the Springfield City School District.
Absolutely. Well, and thank you to Anna Jean from the Health District for, really shedding light on some of these issues that are in our community. Don't forget to take her survey online if you're interested in that. I know that they're really looking for community feedback. So make sure you head over to the Health District's website and click that very short survey to help them move forward with the next steps there.
That's awesome.
That's all we have, guys.
Yes.
That's all we have, Izzy.
Yes, that's all we have today.
All right.
It was good.
Well, time to tell the people goodbye. Izzy, you want to take it away?
Well, we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.